Foreign worker ka ba na nasa Quebec na and you don't know if mapi-PR ka or at least marirenew ka pa ng current employer mo? Well, walang susuko. If you're watching this video, you're in the right place. Hey everyone, this is Marjorie Quintos, your go-to Canadian immigration consultants, brought to you by Mercan Group of Companies, one of the leading immigration and recruitment firms in Canada, founded in 1989. Sunod-sunod ang mga paghihigpit ng Canada, di ba? Una, tungkol sa pagbawas sa intake ng temporary foreign workers and students, as you have seen sa mga news nitong mga nakaraang buwan. On a side note, the Government of Canada has released their immigration levels plan to help foreign workers na nasa Canada na to transition from temporary to permanent residence. Tapos, biglang nagpatupad ang gobyerno ng Quebec ng moratorium or freeze sa dalawang pangunahing immigration streams nito, ang Quebec Experience Program at ang Regular Skilled Workers Program, which are key pathways to permanent residence in Quebec.
This suspension from the Quebec government reflects concerns about the impact of immigrants on the province's language and culture. Pero sa kabila ng moratorium na ito, nakaplano ang Quebec na magtaas ng bilang ng mga imigrante sa 67,000 sa 2025, isang makabuluhang pagtaas mula sa mga nakaraang taon. Binigyang diin ng Quebec Immigration Minister that a higher proportion of immigrants in 2025 will speak French, para mabawasan ang perceived threat sa linguistic and cultural identity ng Quebec.
In this video, we'll be diving into the world of Quebec Skilled Worker Program. We will discuss what the program requirements are para pag nag-reopen ang intake of applications, you already have a solid plan. I hope sana by watching my series of videos, mahanap nyo ang best pathway to permanent residence. So bring out your notebook and let's get started.
Before we begin, take note na rin about these friendly reminders. First up, let's talk about scammers. Alam niyo ba, one of the biggest issues na kinakaharap ng mga aspiring immigrants ay ang mga scammers. Marami sa atin ang nagdadalawang isip or masyadong excited about migrating. Napapaniwala agad sa mga alok na too good to be true. Guys, tandaan nyo, kung masyadong maganda para maging totoo, malamang scam yan. Siguraduhin i-check lagi ang legitimacy ng agency or consultant na kakausapin. Next to be aware of, ang ghost consultants. Ito yung mga individuals na nagpapanggap na legit consultants pero hindi registered or wala talagang lisensya. Alam niyo bang may batas sa Canada na nagpo-prohibit sa mga unlicensed consultants na magbigay ng immigration advice? So, be vigilant. Always verify kung registered ang consultant sa College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants Canada or CICC. Huwag mahihiyang magtanong at magsaliksik sa background nila. Better safe than sorry. Naman tayo sa misinformation na nakukuha sa mga forums and social media. Okay sana yung mga Facebook groups and forums kasi helpful sila for sharing experiences. Pero, hindi lahat tama or applicable sa situation mo. Tandaan, iba-iba ang cases ng bawat applicant at hindi one-size-fits-all ang information. Minsan pa nga, misleading ang info. Kaya please, always double-check with reliable sources at huwag basta-bastang maniniwala sa lahat ng nababasa. Huli sa lahat, a gentle reminder na huwag niyo sanang masyadong i-broadcast yung immigration pathway ninyo. Yes, it's exciting and you want to share it with others, pero better keep it private. Bakit? Kasi the more people applying through the same pathway, lalo na kung madaling proseso, mas malaki ang chance na ma-flag ito at potentially ma-shutdown ng government ang isang program dahil sa high volume of applicants. So, protect your application and protect your Canadian dream. So, there you have it. Be aware of scammers, ghost immigration consultants, and wrong information on public forums. And remember, keep your PR application pathway private. Flex ko lang, mayroon kaming 8 mahuhusay na Canadian immigration consultants. Mind you, 5 kaming Pinoy na RCICs sa Mercan. Kasama pa ang mga immigration lawyers in-house. We also have 50 plus Pinoy na processing staff na handang tumulong at makikilala mo sila sa iba't ibang branch offices namin in Montreal, Edmonton, Saskatoon, Dubai at syempre sa Pilipinas. Kompleto ang suporta namin sa iyo mula umpisa hanggang sa pagdating mo sa Canada. Taon-taon, libo-libong visa applications ang matagumpay naming napaprocess dito sa Mercan. Gusto kong i-emphasize ang kahalagahan ng hindi pag-take ng risks sa inyong immigration journey. Magandang investment ang kumuha ng serbisyo ng licensed immigration professionals tulad ng mga nasa Mercan Group. Talagang worth it po ito. Kaya, Quebec OFWs, ready na ba kayong i-unlock ang inyong immigration pathway kasama ko? Tara, simulan na natin! Ang Quebec Skilled Worker Program ay isang well-established permanent immigration program para sa mga skilled workers na gustong manirahan sa Quebec. Kung familiar kayo sa Federal Skilled Worker Program or FSW sa ilalim ng Express Entry, ganito rin ang QSWP. Pero, markahan ninyo itong date. Simula November 29, 2024, papalitan na ang QSWP ng Skilled Worker Selection Program or SWSP. Parang kasing sistema lang ito, pero inaasahang mas magiging efficient daw ito ngayon. So now, let's refer to the program as SWSP. Under the SWSP, there will be 4 components or streams, including high qualification and specialized skills, intermediate and manual skills, regulated professions, and exceptional talents. Let's go to the details of each component. Una, pag-usapan natin ang tungkol sa Component 1 ng SWSP, ang High Qualification and Specialized Skills. Ito yung mga selection conditions na kailangan mong ma-meet. Una, kailangan meron kang profession sa category Tier 0, 1, or 2 na hindi nangangailangan ng license to practice or so-called non-regulated occupation. Pangalawa, kailangan meron kang work experience sa profession na ito ng at least 1 year na nakamit mo sa loob ng 5 years bago ang date ng presentation ng application mo. Pangatlo, dapat may hawak kang diploma na nakuha bago ang date ng submission ng application mo, nakatumbas sa Quebec ng University Diploma, Technical College Diploma, or Professional Studies Diploma, Certificate of Professional Specialization, Certificate of College Studies, or Diploma of Professional Studies na may kasunod na Certificate of Professional Specialization. Basically, you need some high education for you to qualify under this program or component. Pang-apat, dapat may kaalaman ka sa oral French na level 7 o mas mataas pa at written knowledge naman sa French na level 5 or mas mataas batay sa Quebec scale ng French proficiency levels. Eto pa, kung may kasama kang spouse or common law partner sa application mo, dapat meron din siyang oral French knowledge ng level 4 or mas mataas ayon sa Quebec scale of French proficiency levels. Applicants in high qualification and specialized skills ng SWSP can qualify under this component without having worked or studied in Quebec. Pangmalakasan itong component na ito. For sure, maraming mag-a-apply na mga galing sa French-speaking countries na mga highly qualified and specialized workers like scientists, researchers, high-level managers, at iba pa. Next ay tatalakayin natin ang Component 2 ng SWSP, ang Intermediates and Manual Skills. Ito yung mga selection conditions para sa component na ito. Una, kailangan meron kang profession sa category Tier 3, 4, or 5 na hindi nangangailangan ng license to work in Quebec, meaning non-regulated occupations. Pangalawa, dapat may work experience ka sa profession mo na tumatagal ng at least 2 years, including at least 1 year in Quebec, na nakuha mo within 5 years bago ang date ng submission ng application mo. Pangatlo, dapat meron kang hawak na diploma na nakuha bago ang date ng submission sa application na katumbas sa Quebec ng Secondary School Diploma, Professional Studies Diploma, Certificate of Professional Specialization, or Certificate of College Studies. Pang-apat, may kaalaman ka dapat sa oral French na level 5 or mas mataas batay sa Quebec scale ng French proficiency levels. Pang-lima, kung may kasama kang spouse or common law partner sa application mo, dapat meron din siyang oral French knowledge ng level 4 or mas mataas ayon sa Quebec scale of French proficiency levels. Ang Component 2 ng SWSP, Intermediates and Manual Skills ay swak para sa mga low-skilled workers na may work experience na sa Quebec who have low intermediate knowledge in French language. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ang Component 3 ng SWSP, ang Regulated Professions. Tandaan, sa component na to, pwede ring mag-qualify ang isang applicant kahit hindi pa siya nagtatrabaho sa Quebec. Ito ang mga selection conditions para sa Regulated Professions components. Una, kailangan meron kang profession na nasa listahan ng Regulated Professions na ginawa ng Minister ng Quebec. Pangalawa, kailangan mong matugunan ang isa sa mga sumusunod na requirements. Una, may license ka para mag-practice sa profession na ito sa Quebec. Pangalawa, meron kang training or diploma na subject sa partial or complete recognition ng regulatory authority para sa profession na ito sa Quebec na hindi lalagpas sa 5 taon mula sa date ng submission ng application mo. At syempre, hindi mawawala ang French language proficiency levels. Kapag ang profession mo ay nasa category tier 0, 1, or 2, dapat may oral knowledge ka ng French na level 7 o mas mataas at written knowledge na level 5 or mas mataas ayon sa Quebec scale ng French proficiency levels. Kapag ang profession mo naman ay nasa tier category 3, 4, or 5, dapat may knowledge ka ng oral French na level 5 o mas mataas ayon sa Quebec scale ng French proficiency language levels. Kung may kasama kang spouse or common law partner sa application, dapat meron din siyang oral French knowledge ng level 4 or mas mataas ayon sa Quebec scale of French proficiency levels. Ang Component 3 ng SWSP, Regulated Professions, could range from all skill levels as long as regulated sila. Nagvavary lang ang French proficiency levels depende sa tier level. The higher the skill level, the higher the French level required. Lastly, pag-usapan naman natin ang Component 4, Exceptional Talents. Ito yung mga selection conditions para sa Exceptional Talents components. Kailangan mong maipakita na ikaw ay natatangi sa iyong propesyon sa pamamagitan ng exceptional expertise na malamang makapag-contribute sa kaunlaran ng Quebec. Kailangan meron kang recognized achievements na related sa expertise na ito. Kailangan nag-practice ka na yung profession bilang iyong pangunahing gawain nang hindi bababa sa 3 years within the last 5 years bago mo isubmit ang application mo. Para makapag-immigrate through SWSP, kailangan mo nang i-declare ng foreign nationals ang kanilang interest by completing an Expression of Interest or EOI form gamit ang isang online portal that makes you a candidate. Then, the Government of Quebec regularly selects applicants mula sa pool ng candidates at nag-iimbita sa kanila na mag-apply for permanent selection. You accept the invitation to apply by means of submitting an application for CSQ or Quebec Selection Certificate. This step makes you an applicant. This intake of applications ay due to improvements sa former QSWP. Noong mga nakaraang dekada kasi, ang applications ay isinasubmit sa paper formats at may quota na sinusunod. Merong limit kung ilang applications ang matatanggap for the year, kaya kapag umabot na sa maximum number, sasarahan na ang program sa mga bagong applications. Dahil dito, ayun, nagkakaroon ng sobrang daming backlogs. Kapag ang bilang ng applications ay sobrang taas kumpara sa available spots, ang waiting time for candidates ay umaabot sa ilang taon. Tapos nung nag-transition to online submissions, nag-unahan naman ng mga applicants to submit their application at nag-crash ang portal a few hours after they launched it. I recall, during that time, we even rented a school with many computers para makapag-submit ng maraming applications ang Mercan group, pero ayun, nag-crash yung system. So, noong 2018, gumawa ng reboot ang Quebec Immigration Ministry sa system nila. Inalis nilang first-come, first-served na approach at nag-introduce ng Online Expression of Interest System na tinatawag na ARIMA. Sa EOI system na ito, lahat ng potential candidates ay may equal opportunity para sa permanent selection. Gaya ng sinabi ko, we're already at the information age. So, the more you talk about your PR pathway, the more applicants are gonna show up and then the more competitions you're gonna have. So, sa ngayon, ang gobyerno ng Quebec ay nag-iimbita ng mga kandidato ng patuloy at ayon sa pangangailangan ng labor market nito. Ibig sabihin, ang mga kandidato na nag-submit ng kanilang profile sa ARIMA pool na pinakatugma sa economic at political priorities ng probinsya at mga rehiyon nito ay maaaring mapili anumang oras batay sa kanilang socio-professional profile. So, paano naman ang immigration process under the SWSP? Una, kailangan mag-submit ng expression of interest ang mga kandidato sa pamamagitan ng ARIMA pool. Ang mga submitted profiles ay sinusuri base sa mga factors tulad ng edad, edukasyon, kasanayan sa wika, at karanasan sa trabaho. Ang mga kandidato na may pinakamataas na score sa pool ay maaaring maimbitahan na mag-apply para sa permanent selection ng gobyerno ng Quebec sa mga regular na draws. Ang mga kandidato na naimbitahan na mag-apply para mag-immigrate sa Quebec sa ilalim ng SWSP ay gagamit ng Mon Project Quebec portal upang kumpletuhin at isubmit ang application form para sa permanent selection. Ang portal ay nagpapahintulot sa mga kandidato na kumpletuhin ang kanilang application, magbayad online, subaybayan ang status ng kanilang application, magbago ng information sa kanilang application at ma-access ang personal na email sa buong proseso. Ang mga kandidato na matagumpay sa ilalim ng SWSP ay bibigyan ng Quebec Selection Certificates at maaari nang mag-apply sa Government of Canada para sa permanent residence. Ang Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada or IRCC ay magsasagawa ng medical at criminal background check bilang bahagi ng kanilang approval process. Paano naman kung hindi mo ma-meet ang requirements under SWSP? Well, you can tap into Quebec Experience Program or PEQ, which has no point system and a more straightforward application process. Paano naman mag-qualify sa PEQ para sa mga temporary foreign workers? First things first, kailangan ma-intention kayong manirahan dito sa Quebec at magtrabaho sa isang company na wala kayong direct or indirect control, meaning employed ka sa isang company in Quebec. Kailangan din na ikaw ay 18 years old pataas, may knowledge sa spoken French na at least level 7 sa Quebec scale. Legal ang status dito sa Quebec nung mag-submit ka ng application, and financially self-sufficient para sa sarili mo. At para naman sa mga may asawa or common law partners, kailangan nilang maabot ang level 4 sa French proficiency level. Importante din na ang work experience nyo dito sa Quebec ay nasa Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 ng National Occupational Classification. Kailangan din na yung work experience mo obtained in Quebec has been full-time, meaning minimum of 30 hours per week, and it has to be a paid work. Volunteer jobs do not count towards the work experience requirement in Quebec. Kailangan din na may ganitong klaseng trabaho kayo dapat sa time na mag-apply, at least 24 sa nakaraang 36 months bago kayo mag-submit ng application. So, ayan guys, yan yung mga pangunahing conditions na kailangan nyong i-consider kung gusto ninyong mag-apply sa Quebec Experience Program. So, alam na natin na nagbawas na din ang Canada ng mga foreign workers at nilimitahan na din ang employers sa 10% cap at 1 year na lang ang future work permits to be issued for low-wage workers. So, naisip ng mga foreign workers who are already working in Quebec and have that work experience pero wala pa sa ganitong French language level na kailangan, and worst is, sarado pa rin naman yung SWSP until June. Kaya kahit qualified ka na ngayon, hindi ka naman makapag-submit ng application for immigration in Quebec. So, anong dapat gawin ng isang foreign worker in Quebec if language barriers are stopping them from qualifying for immigration? Uuwi na lang ba? Mag-change ng status to student and pay tens of thousands of dollars just to get another work permit? Paano na yung mga dito na yung family nila? These are pretty common concerns, pero may suggestion tayo dyan. But I need you to trust me na parang ate mo so that you can listen to me, okay? First, you have to understand the language requirement barrier. If you're struggling with French, you're definitely not alone. Quebec places a strong emphasis on French proficiency kasi it's key to integrating into the local culture and workforce. This is not gonna change back to where it was nung time na hindi pa required ang kahit anong French level. But remember, while the language barrier seems daunting, Canada values skilled workers. You may need to explore various pathways and keep improving your language skills to keep all your doors open. With determination and patience, you'll find the right path for you. Next, you must explore other immigration options, like federal programs. One option is to look into federal immigration programs like the ones managed under the Express Entry system. These programs are generally less strict about French language proficiency but require English proficiency. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung vlog natin about Express Entry, what are you waiting for? Watch mo na! Applying for permanent residence or PR through the federal pathways can be an effective solution. Programs like the Canadian Experience Class or CEC under Express Entry might be more fitting, especially if you have Canadian work experience and English proficiency. But ultimately, having an active PR application will give you an eligibility to apply for an open work permit. Imagine that freedom to work anywhere in Canada. It's priceless.
So some of you have been asking kung pwede ba kayong tulungan ng Mercan na makahanap ng trabaho sa labas ng Quebec. Well, sa Mercan kasi, expert kami sa immigration services and we have helped thousands of clients obtain permanent residence based sa kanilang qualifications without having an employer. Pero marami sa inyong curious tungkol sa job opportunities kaya linawin natin kung paano kami makakatulong. Dahil may mga changes sa Temporary Foreign Worker Program, hirap na ang ilang employers sa pagkuha ng Labor Market Impact Assessments or LMIAs. So, for over 35 years, nakabuild na kami ng network of government-approved employers na gustong mag-hire ng international workers at hindi na kailangan ng LMIA. Ibig sabihin, matutulungan namin kayo sa pag-secure ng work permit at permanent residency based on the qualifications of our legit and qualified na employers who would hire you if you are qualified as well. Okay, so ganito yon. Una, pumipili yung mga employers ng mga qualified na candidates mula sa existing immigration clients ng Mercan. Payag silang sumuporta sa application para sa permanent residence gamit ang mga provincial nominee programs, Atlantic, rural immigration at kadalasan yung LMIAs that support for permanent residence. Workers can gain work permit while waiting for PR. So yung mga marunong sa parehong English at French, syempre, mas priority. Tandaan, importante na i-respect mo ang current employment conditions mo. At sa Mercan, we don't charge for placement fees. So if you have what it takes, you will be matched with our employers who are in dire need of qualified workers who are PR ready. Kaya naman, check na natin. If you have what it takes, complete the assessment form at www.mercan.com/Canada-immigration-express-entry.
But then again, I need to send you back to our first point. You must consider improving language skills while considering other immigration options. Take this time to improve your French skills. Many organizations in Quebec offer language training. Some are even government funded. It's a win-win. You get to improve your French and better position yourself for future applications. Pero sa nakalap kong information, parang nagkaroon na ng shortage or na-stop na ang government-funded na French language training. Actually, our team at Mercan already predicted this could happen. So, since 2022, ay tumulong kami sa mga private language schools na mag-create ng online French course. This course is so good, you could get to French level 7 in 6 months at the comforts of your own home. And my app then, so you can study anywhere. And it also has a grading system as well. The course fee is very low and we offer this to our immigration clients sa Mercan at a factory price. By being a client of Mercan, you could save thousands of dollars in course fees. Next, alam na natin na marami na sa mga foreign workers na nasa Quebec ay nag-start ng maghanap ng new employers outside Quebec. If nasa ganito ka ng kalagayan, you must choose a solid and compliant employer that can help you renew your work permit and could support your PR application. These employers are typically found dealing with legit and long-standing immigration/recruitment companies like Mercan Group. I know many are worried about their work permit status. You need to maintain your work permits by renewing them on time. And there's no surprise if some may seek employment offer na may kapalit na bayad. But guys, that's not legal. At worst, magbayad ka man, hindi rin garantisado na legit talaga yung pangangailangan ng workers ng employer na nagpapabayad sa LMIA nila. Mercan's clients benefit from our advice kung saang employer ka mapapabuti. And if super qualified ka naman, ay baka sakaling mai-refer ka din ng Mercan sa aming network of compliant and legit employers across Canada. Valid job offers are quite rare nowadays, but you can be assured Mercan shall not charge, seek, receive, or accept any monies from you for finding you an employer in Canada. If you have what it takes and your existing contract is soon to expire, hindi mahirap mai-place ka sa ibang employer. Lastly, kailangan mo ng magandang reference mula sa current employer mo dito sa Canada para kung sakaling lilipat ka ay madali kang ma-place sa isang bagong employer na compliant, legit, at may pangangailangan talaga sa mga legit na workers kagaya mo. Remember, every challenge has a workaround. Consult with Mercan Group to navigate your options effectively. Our team can provide personalized advice tailored to your situation and help create a strategy that meets your goals. For free assessment, just go to www.mercan.com/Canada-immigration-express-entry. You're in beautiful Quebec and you're dreaming of permanent residency, but you realize maybe Quebec's not for you? Alam niyo na, sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side, di ba? Or if alam mong wala kang chance for PR in Quebec dahil ayaw mo na talagang mag-aral ng French. But moving your life and career to another province, that's a big decision. So, let's talk about the things you really need to know from my perspective, or what they call POV. Una sa lahat, let's ditch the one-size-fits-all mentality. Quebec's immigration system is, well, it's Quebec. Every other province has its own PNP, or the Provincial Nominee Program, and they're all different. Some might appreciate your Quebec experience, others might not. Do your research. Seriously, spend hours on the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada websites and the websites of the provinces you're considering. Avoid reading on social media forums. May stress ka lang and sometimes maling information pa ang nakakalap mo. Next up, language. French is key in Quebec, right? But in other provinces, it might be English or both. Check the language requirements sa PNP you're aiming for. You might need to improve your English or take language tests. Yung fluency test, matinding requirement yon. Then think about the job market. Just because you have a great job in Quebec doesn't mean it's in demand elsewhere. And let's not forget about the cost of living. Montreal might be expensive, but Vancouver or Toronto, even more so. Factor that into your budget. Yung savings mo, planuhin mong mabuti. It might be worth checking out for jobs in cities na mababa pa ang unemployment rate at wala pang masyadong population. Less competition and lower cost of living in case you make it there. And don't forget the legal stuff. Each province has different regulations and laws when it comes to immigration. Get legal advice. You need one, and it's worth the investment to avoid future headaches. Finally, remember the federal process. You must still go through the federal immigration process, medical exams, background checks, settlement plans, and the whole thing. So, moving from Quebec isn't as simple as packing your bags, getting a letter from any employer, and submitting just any application you can think of. It requires careful planning, research, and a realistic assessment of your situation. Pero huwag kayong ma-discourage. With the right preparation, your dream of permanent residency in any province in Canada can become a reality. Let's find out through our free assessments at www.mercan.com/Canada-immigration-express-entry.
And that's it for today's vlog, mga kababayan ko in Quebec. Keep focusing on your goals and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tips. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Ingat lagi and stay motivated. This has been Marjorie Quintas, your licensed Canadian immigration consultant, brought to you by Mercan Group of Companies. I will see you around.